Alright, as you guys can see, from the title of the video and such, it seems like, for a while, my friendship with Striker Dragon has been over, temporarily, and then Phantom of Yubel is my new best friend. So, for the past month or so, I kind of have decided to take the game a little more seriously again, which has been very enjoyable, so I can't wait to go into depth to this, Yubel Fiend Link pile that I've been taking to locals for the past few months, for the past month actually, and then we won 3 of them so far, so it's been really fun. So just kind of wanted to go through like a relatively quick rundown of the list and such, and like some of the reasonings for the cards, because I thought it'd be fun to make something again. For the monsters, for your mandatory engine slots, Triple Lotus, Triple Throne, 1 Terra, 2 Piri Rays, and then as well as the additional normals, it's just Triple Lotus, double opening. I think this stuff is really standard. I know some people are playing triple of the map, but I decided to just play 2 because I'm playing terraforming and the drones already. So I just didn't want to essentially have clogs of my normals. That's kind of it. I didn't want to play the 3rd gates because the gates by itself doesn't really do like the 1-card combos unless you play Chaos Summoning Beast, but I just don't want to play more Garnets in my deck, if that makes any form of sense. But these are just realistically the engines, the like starter engines that you have to play: the Lotus, the Thrones, the map. The Rays are optional in my opinion. I feel like you can cut them for other things. This deck has 42 cards, so the Rays were the like additional 2 cards I added. But you could realistically just like cut them and play a clean 40, but that's been working out really well. I've been liking it at 42 surprisingly, especially since like this deck is easily able to be played at 40 cards. So yeah, that is it for the normals and such. For the extenders and such, it is just the Squirmers. This card has been insane. I don't understand the lists that play 1 or 2 of it. I feel like you have to just play 3. You burn through 1 of them, and then you burn through all 3 of them realistically, like in the grindier games every time. But it's just like so good either way, and like doesn't matter. Yeah, as well as you can see, we aren't playing 1 for 1 either, and the logic is because like those cards usually lose really hard to like 1 for 1 is like pitch monster, summon Lotus, or pitch card and then like lose to Ash, and both of them still lose to Veiler, Imperm, and Ash, but they lose a lot harder because you're like having to commit 2 cards to the Lotus, comparatively to just like hard summoning the Lotus, which is just 1 that loses to an interruption. So that's also like the main reason why I'm not playing that card. But yeah, that's it for the Squirmers. Just 1 Yubel and 1 Terror. I don't want to play Ultimate Nightmare because I just don't want to play more Garnets in my deck. That's about it. We played 2 OG Spirits and then 2 Pain. I know some lists are playing triple Spirit and then 1 Pain, but the reason why I'm playing just 2 and 2 is because you already have multiple ways to this card in this deck already, so there's no need to play like 3 because it just clogs. We're playing 2 because there isn't any other good like Yubel target in my opinion to search off of this. You can play like Eternal Favorite to make Loving Defender, but it's just like okay in my opinion. Like if you were resolving like Eternal Favorite into Loving Defender, you're probably just winning that game anyway, and I would rather just have the cards that allow me to have more consistency. So like in really like weird hands where you have to like pop one of your like normals like the Lotus or that to get to Spirit to like pass on that with hand traps, it's better than like having Eternal Favorite and then nothing else, or something like that. But yeah, post like info though, there will just be 1 of these in the deck, since there is no need to play multiples anymore, since you're just insulating everything like ×3 with just like Phantom and the Fiendsmith cards. So there's genuinely no point to play more of these cards, since you can just hyper like pivot to them and such. And then 1 Shavara and then 1 Chamber. That's it. I don't play Escape because I just don't think that card plays really well into breakers, personally. I think Chamber's just better. That's just me though, hot take or something. That's it for the like mandatory engine slots that you have to play and such. For the non-engine, it's kind of everywhere, which is fun. It's just been 2 Ogre, Triple Ash, Triple Veiler, Triple Impermanence, double talents called by, and then one of my favorite cards that I've been enjoying playing has been Fenrir and Race Off. The main reason I like playing these cards now is because my deck doesn't auto die to them like when I play dragons, so it's been really fun to summon these cards and be like, damn, these cards are so good. But the reason we're playing the Fenrir engine is simply because we're already playing terraforming in the deck, so there isn't a point in some hands when you open already like Throne to Terra Search for Throne. You can Terra Search for Race Off, which is like a body and an extender or follow-up for the next turn, as well as it like helps you into impermanence on the Lotus if you start off with that, because then you can just make Muckracker target the Lotus, discard the Fenrir, and then just special back the Lotus anyway and still combo. You just hope they don't have a second impermanence or Ash at that point, but if they do, I mean, it's you were never winning type of thing. But cards just apply a lot of pressure, and you can just always side them out in most matchups. Depending on how like this your like game is, you can usually just side out like the Race Off and such. But yep, that's it for the non-engine. Everything else has been really nice. Talents called by because you just need more insulation. Your deck already plays through like hand trips super easily, but there isn't any reason why you shouldn't play these that allow you to push more and just like rip apart your opponent's hand and just build your end board accordingly. So like if they're holding like a breaker, then you can make the argument to end an Appaloosa instead of like Abomination or something like that. But yeah, that's it for the main deck. Again, 42 cards. For the extra tokens, fun stuff, Evangelion reference, yippee. Mirage for the Link 1, Mudcracker, it comes up in some lines and it comes to play into hand traps. SP, it's part of your end board, quote unquote. Rage in the graveyard, part of your end board. Double Yama, so we're playing 2 Yama. I know some lists are playing like 1 and then Cross Sheep, but every time I've thought of playing Cross Sheep, I've just been like, this card's kind of bad, and it like the lines that you use to facilitate it to make like Varudis and such are like cool or whatever, but I just can't justify playing a card that like I only use for the turn 1. I would rather just have the cards in my extra B utility cards to just do stuff like more for like past turn 1. You can make an argument if you just want to play 1 Yama to play Super Producer, because it can also trigger the Yama in your graveyard or your Yubel monsters by like linking into producer popping a card and then triggering Yama, triggering the Unchained cards and such that you play, like the Rage and the Anguish, and then like the Yubel monsters. But yeah, then 1 Unicorn, 1 Anguish, 1 Abomination, 1 Access Code, 1 Appaloosa, 1 Goddess. I usually go for this as part of my end board because you can proc it off of the Varudis as well, and in your end phase type of thing you can just proc it, which is really nice. So you just have a 30k body that just like clears cards by itself, and then you're just like clearing boards with it. It's like been really good. I love it so much. Axes because you just need a big body to kill and close out games and such. This card, whoa, I rarely make actually. I don't make this that often, mainly because I fear breakers, so I just refuse to make it in my end board sometimes. But if I open like if I can get to Varudis in the combos, I will end on it, but it's usually just Abomination, even like safest like game 1s, because I just refuse to lose to like Talent breakers every game. And then Goddess because it comes up a lot in matchups where you can just, especially because this deck just spams out so many bodies, you can just clear boards like, which is really nice. And then the last cards is just Varudis, and then the 2 Phantom of Yubel. That's it. It's pretty standard. Post info, the extra will be changing a good amount. So I'm excited for that. I can't wait to trigger Engraver and do all those really cool lines. And then for the side deck, favorite cards, the Bestials for Brandon, Droplet, Cosmic, the Take cards, Duster, their talents, and then Rivalry Anti-Spell. These cards are just, you can side them in every time going first, and then it's just an FTK if you make your board. Usually just side in going first. Their talents are called the Rivalry and the Anti-Spell, because those just insulate your deck more. Duster, Cosmic for back row, self-explanatory. We're playing Change and Snatch because these are the best take cards, so they're really good into fire. So yeah, Plus, you can side these in the mirror match, which is like really good too. And then it's a lot of decks, especially like Rogue, just taking like their bodies and using to link, climb, and clear stuff is just so good. Triple Droplet. This was originally meant for Branded and Fire, but like I just have refused to side it into those decks, and so you can make an argument for it to be Dark Ruler, which should probably be better for the deck, but still need to do more like in-depth testing with it. So yeah, the deck has been performing really well. Like you have a really solid Fire matchup, which is a really good thing. And then the Mist Seals, because you need these for Branded, because if you get Puppet Locked, it's Jover. But yeah, that's kind of it. That's nothing else left to say. Content will probably be coming back soon. Depends. I don't know. We will see. But yeah, that's it. See ya.